Safe. Hey, we're live. Wow, I got Connor here. I found him. Guys. The Ready Seal man. We're outside of a Westlake Hardware here in Overland Park,
Yep.
Kansas. That's where we're at. Yeah.
This is the one off of Antioch Road. They just started carrying it today.
So I got a job for tomorrow, and I was just sitting here getting some supplies, and it turns out I walk out, and I see, wait a minute, Ready Seal, and that's just fantastic because that's the only product that I use.
Yeah.
And you're not paying me to say any of this yet.
Nope.
This is the truth. It's
hanging out.
Yeah, guy. Look, Dr. Downstream. Look, I'm your friend. I'm not like the others. Look, I'm just telling you. If you're doing what I'm doing with this whole exterior cleaning racket, and you got some people who are like, hey, will you do my decks? And you're not using Ready Seal, guys, you are doing yourselves a disservice. Let me tell you what. You were just telling me it doesn't have any linseed oil in it.
Nope, so it's not spontaneous combustible. No algae, fungus, and mold growth in the wood. So
yeah. And you were saying everybody else has linseed in there, right?
For the most part, yeah. I'd say good, probably 90-95%.
The thing that I love about Ready Seal is that, really it's idiot proof. I love your truck, by the way. I love the wrap. I love what you guys have going on there for the marketing, by the way. That's really nice. We just got Just Jacob says, what's up, Doc? In the live stream. Say hi, live stream.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, live stream's there. What was I going to say? Just it's really impossible to get it wrong. You clean the deck. The thing that I've noticed with Ready Seal is it just has to be dry, right? And I showed you my moisture meter, boys and girls. So I do have a moisture meter, right? And for me, what that means is like after I wash it, I have it like in my estimate, that it's going to be typically at least 2 days. If it's not really, really hot out, I'm not pushing it, because it gives you.
Texas, you can get away with it, but up in Kansas City, it's a little bit cooler up here. So at least a couple days to dry out. Moisture meter is what we recommend. 12%.
Yeah, but the thing is too is it's just it's really, what do they call it? Did they actually call it idiot proof on the website?
So it's actually goof proof. So it's close though. So it's the nice way of saying.
It's a nice way of saying any idiot can do this.
The politically correct way of.
Yeah. So I just got hooked up with some T-shirts and with some marketing materials for Ready Seal, and I've really just got the hookup on some information here. So guys, I just want to let you know, look, if you're out there and you're doing your decks and you're not using Ready Seal, really you're missing out. The coverage is pretty good. I know what the can says.
Yeah.
What do you actually say?
Well, I mean, it's a very wide question, right?
Because the answer is it depends.
It does depend.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing I found the hard way. Sure.
I mean, you can have two different boards that are brand new. You can have. I'm sorry, I'm looking at you.
No, look at me. It's fine. No. We'll just do this. Here we go. Now, just look at me.
Yeah. So, new wood, you're typically gonna get about $1.50 square foot per gallon. So, older wood, you're a little bit closer to 125 square foot to about 100. It really just kind of depends on the wood, but on average, like with pine though, you're a little bit higher. You're closer to about 175 on it.
And the thing that I've learned too is if you're going to do a deck in Ready Seal, really put it on hard. Do at least 2 coats, really, and watch what it does too, because if it looks like it's flecky, if it looks like it's just not enough, then trust me, it's not enough. Put another coat on it, really, and you'll be happy that you've done that.
Yeah, you want to fully saturate the wood when you put it
That's
on
the word.
So.
Fully saturate your wood, boys and girls. There you go. So.
Now, there is a point with decks, though, it can't run off, right? So there's a point where you can put too much on.
Definitely.
Where if it's wet when you leave, there's too much. You need to go wipe it. So
you probably wasted some
like a little bit's fine, but if you have, you got to think of it. A good analogy is wood's like a sponge, right? It's only going to hold so much stain in there before it just starts sitting on the surface. So if you get to that point, then just.
You were telling me too, and I know you got to go. I got to run too, but and I really thank you for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, no problem.
One thing that I was looking for, and I'm going to take this under. I mean, I would love to know more. Yeah. Really, I would love about the composite deck staining, because a lot of people, they've put all this money into a Generation 1 Trex deck.
Yeah.
And they really don't want to have to replace it, yet. They're hoping to get some more mileage out of their deck. And you're telling me that if this is a Generation 1 Trex deck, Ready Seal is going to stain it.
Yeah, so as long as it doesn't have that plastic coating on the outside that would inhibit the stain from penetrating, it doesn't matter. So if it'll take the stain, it should be just fine. Now,
that's awesome.
Like I was telling you, we haven't really done any specific testing on it. So it's kind of just one of those word of mouth things as far as
I
if
would
it works or
imagine I
not.
could see that working because I mean, just
Yeah.
think about how well the grill.
I mean, the pigment's getting in there, so you're still getting the protection out of it, which is where you get your UV protection from.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the transoxide pigments.
They're very susceptible to any sort of oil staining to begin with.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me that Ready Seal.
But yeah, the newer stuff it's typically a lot better than the older stuff.
Yeah.
Right? The older stuff, it deteriorates over time. They've rated the newer stuff for I think like 20 or 30 years, which we'll see. It hasn't been around long enough to find out if that actually holds up.
Yeah,
But,
Generation 1 basically fell on its face, so we'll see how everything else goes.
yeah, so some people out there still have it.
Well, man, I really appreciate you, talking to me, and thanks for the free stuff, man. And hey, yeah, it's funny, you were admiring my truck, I was admiring your truck, and that's just how.
Yeah, I walked out, I was like, dang, this dude's got the nicest pressure washing setup I've ever seen. So,
Oh wow.
Especially contained in the back of the truck. Normally you have a huge trailer to pull behind you, and trust me, if you can fit it in your truck, that's going to be probably a lot better than having to pull it behind you.
Yeah, and that's just something for, well, I understand, obviously everybody has to start somewhere. That goes on set, but you don't want to be out there in a jalopy, and you want to be efficient. And that's basically, I appreciate you saying that, because that's what my channel is about, is, I talk about that a lot with efficiency. I use that word probably a couple of times. And that's the whole point. Get in, get out. And that's why I love Ready Seal. Like, I don't really think about like a dry time for Ready Seal. It's not really something I think about.
You're typically 24 to 48 hours is about the average dry time on it. It really just kind of depends on what the condition of the wood is, the temperature outside. Older wood's going to cure a little bit faster just because it soaks in a lot more. Your newer wood is going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yep, and that's one thing too. I always try to just wait with that moisture meter.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta say, spend the $40 on that moisture meter, guys. Do it, and then get out there with the Ready Seal. It's not. I mean, I don't think it's even that expensive. That shouldn't even factor into it, because it's the best product. I mean, it doesn't. That doesn't even.
Well, let's just say, even if it was more expensive, you're gonna save yourself the labor on it, right? So you could buy a product that's twice as expensive, and you're gonna spend probably double the amount of hours out on the job doing it. So honestly, even if it was more expensive, which it's not, it would be worth it in my opinion, just for the labor savings.
I gotta be honest with you though, and maybe this is something for you to set me straight on. I had a customer where there was going to be, it was basically like 4,000 square feet of fence.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, I was trying to do the math with the Ready Seal. I'm like, it's brand new wood, it's going to be thirsty, it's going to need multiple. What would you say at that point? Like, does Ready Seal make a product for like bulk? Like, how would you handle that at that point? Like, if you had somebody who's like, it's
4,000 square foot.
You go into the hardware
just
store,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go to our store locator, we have stores all over the place, and a lot of them do cater towards contractors, especially our higher volume stores, and they'll have 5 gallons in there for you. Now, you can have stores special order totes and 55-gallon drums, but the thing with those is they're so hard to move around and transport that honestly it just makes sense to grab the 5s. But
how
like
big is a tote?
I think.
But if they sell in 5s,
55.
I mean, that's
It's not. I think a tote is 100 gallons because you have the 55-gallon drum.
Wow.
And
so that's like truck deliverable then.
Yeah, it's just unmanageable. So.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Wow.
So yeah, some guys that like it though, they'll have a tote in the back of the truck.
I guess. Maybe.
I wouldn't.
I'd love to meet somebody who's doing that, just because like that would fascinate me, like how they're doing business. So.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, good stuff, man. Thank you so much. Say thank you to my audience, Ready Seal guy.
Hopefully
no, say it louder. Come on, man. We got to make sure, because they're vicious in the comments. They're going to be making fun of you and stuff. I'm
sure they will.
Yeah,
there's a lot to make fun of.
No. They're great. They're great guys. No, they're very constructive. It's really good to I like the guys that post in there and stuff.
Yeah,
so just love to. I keep it lighthearted. So I appreciate that you get that too. Thank you so much, man. You take it easy.
Appreciate it, man.
All right,
thank you guys.
All right, take care, guys.